Nintendo just put out a Nintendo Store app. Not like not eShop app or anything, but like the actual Nintendo website where you can see all their like physical goods, like, you know, shirts and whatever. Like, it's not just games and stuff. Like, you can see here, you can buy the Switch Online controllers, socks, I guess. But yeah, it's all right. It's okay. You can see a bunch of things to scroll through here. You can search news and wish lists. I would rather use this than the website, so I think this is actually a lot more convenient. The problem is that you get linked to the website anyway, so that's kind of stupid. I don't know why they decided to do it that way, but whatever. But that's not what this video is about. For some reason, you see that down there, they included play activity. Just out of nowhere, on a Nintendo Store app, they decided to put your play activity. So we have here, most recently played, literally shows you more, you know, because one of the annoying things about Switch Online, the Switch playtime, is that you can't see past a certain number of games. I think it's like 20 or something. So this lets you see literally until the very, very beginning that you've had stuff. And not only that, but 3DS and Wii U too. What? Like, because it's associated with the Nintendo Network ID back then. You know, it's linked to the Switch account, or at least that's what I did. So yeah, it literally shows all the stuff I even played back then. Like this hidden gem right here, over 10 hours. That's actually cool. Now there is an issue here though, because on the 3DS, you know, it lets you see very accurate like hours and minutes. It lets you see like when you last played, when you first played, the average time. Like, it shows you a lot of stuff, and it shows you like how much time you play per day. Now that does show here too, as you can see here with Pokemon Cafe Remix, which I actually haven't played in like 4 years. Yeah, so it shows here like the specific times that I would boot it up and how much time I play it each time. That's actually really cool. So it's kind of like that 3DS Wii U feature. The issue is that don't rely on this to check 3DS time, because let's say, for example, Mario Maker. You see how it says there last updated February 7th, 2020. I for sure played this game past 2020. I have, even in my Mario Maker 2 videos that I made recently, I literally show a screenshot from my 3DS of me having played this game for over 100 hours, but it says here over 80. So it's not accurate because for some reason the 3DS data doesn't go past 2020. See, all this stuff here is just February 7th, February 7th, February 7th. So all these numbers, if I have played it past 2020, aren't exactly accurate. So that's one issue that I have with this. I don't know. I'm guessing since like 2020 is the year that they, you know, stopped production of the 3DS and pretty much just finally put it in its deathbed. That's probably where they stopped tracking that kind of data. And one quick thing I forgot to mention, when it comes to the 3DS stuff as well, since the last thing it tracked was 2020, it doesn't account for games that you played afterwards. So let's say right now I'm playing Mario & Luigi Dream Team on my 3DS. So that's not going to appear here because, you know, last updated February 2020. So that's kind of annoying. But it still is really cool though for like at least your Switch playtime, because you can check stuff that you haven't looked at in quite a while. For example, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I can check here over 70 hours. And I can see the last time I booted it up was 2021. I have got to change that. Wow, I did not know I didn't know that was how far back I had actually played 3 Deluxe. There is another issue though, so it's not, well, no. Okay, so yeah, there is another issue and a pro. So let's say, for example, one of my issues with the Switch playtime is that it sometimes freezes time or resets it. An example is Tetris. Tetris right here shows 75 or more hours, right? I have played more than that. It froze at 75 or more years ago. And it's like, no, not years ago, maybe like a couple years ago. And that has really bothered me. So I've always been curious, okay, well, how much time is it actually? This actually tells you accurately. Over 100 hours. See, that makes sense to me. See, I just booted up just earlier today. But see, this tells me I knew I had actually put over 100 hours into this game. So that's actually a really good thing of this app, that it finally tells you like an accurate number, well, more accurate number. Then there's games like Minecraft where I had put a pretty good amount of time, maybe like 25, 30 hours into it before it reset to 0 again. It happened with that and Splatoon 2. But with Minecraft, you can see here I have 135 hours now. It hasn't reset anymore, it's been counting up, but it doesn't account for the lost time. This play activity on the store app actually tells me accurately, over 150 hours. See, there's those 15, 20 hours. I know it's a little bit more than that, but it's close. Now here comes the problem though, that while that's really nice that I can finally accurately see how much time, like for those reset times and frozen times, that's really good. But the problem is that it doesn't completely show, you know, accuracy all the way. So let's say something like Breath of the Wild. Let's see, I just played through this recently for the first time, 85 or more hours. So it's using Zelda notes, it actually shows you even more accurately. I put 86 hours into it. So yeah, okay, more or less 85 or more, that's as close as you can get. But for some reason here, it rounds it down to 80. So I don't know if this is in increments of 10 hours, and if it is, that also might be pretty bad. And I hope they can address this in the future, but like, it seems like we're just gonna be stuck with not ever getting as accurate a play count activity thing as the Wii U 3DS. But you know what? This is the closest we have ever gotten, and I'm thankful. It took way too long for us to get something like this. But I'm really thankful because I like checking my times on stuff, you know? I think it's nice, you know? But like, that's some issues and some pros of this. Another pro is that you can check your recent activity and it actually does show like down to the minute. So like that 5 hours 15 minutes that I put back in 30th, it should be the 31st because I actually did it on Halloween. It was me playing Luigi's Mansion all the way through. So it actually does show that, as you can see. So if you want to see like minute to minute, I guess it'll show here. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, they added recent activity, and I poured almost 10 minutes into this talking about it because I just wanted to gush about this. Yeah, really happy about this. I hope that they can tweak it a little more so that it accurately represents, you know, in increments of like per hour at least, or at least the way it does here in recent activity, showing per minute as well. It'd be pretty nice. And if they don't relegate this kind of useful stuff to an app, to a store app, it's very silly. Why can't they just implement this into the Switch, or like that Switch Online account thing, the red button on the menu or whatever? They can put that there. Why not? So yeah, I guess that's that. And yeah, I'm just really happy that we finally have something like this. Anyway, I'll get back to those reviews. I'll have them out this week. Bye.